So in terms of setup, okay, the key issue we had was obviously the ball position for you on occasions a bit too far forward, as near your front foot or too far up in the stance, okay, near your left side. Now when you do that, as you go back, the length of swing you're having was fine, okay. The good thing on this is you chose that length of backswing as a practice swing, went back to the golf ball and actually swung it to that spot, so it's good, okay. But the problem was, you see that ball shooting across very low, your club has bottomed out there, okay, that's where your club's at the low point. So had the ball been there, perfect, you'd have a lovely shot. But the ball being too far forward in this instant meant you hit the ball a bit on the way up, so it went too far, and then you went, I hit the ball too hard. You haven't hit, well, you've hit it too hard for that contact, but not hit it too hard for the length of shots proper. Had you played underneath the ball and made a reasonable contact, as you would see in this one here, where the ball now is more in your centre, that same kind of swing, the ball goes up in the air. If the ball is going this way more, it's not going to go so far forward and shoot across the green.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then if you had a 30-40 yard shot, as you said, and you scull it across the green, then you're playing the same shot back the other way, and then you get tentative. And the big thing you said you were fearful of was going too far. And the reason you went too far was because of the contact, not because of your swing length, okay? If you've got too big a swing length, okay, that could be an issue. In your case, your swing was actually pretty good. It was the contact of the golf ball, okay? And on a flat lie, the ball can get too far forward. On a slope, it can be exaggerated, or certainly more and more so. So just a few points to remember when we're on slope. 17th at Craig go there with a slope like so. The ball will want to go left. So therefore, you need to aim a little bit to the right of where you want the ball to finish. Okay, so you choose that. But again, all this thinking, if I draw a line on here now, happens left of that red line before you even get into setup. So you stand back behind the goal ball. Okay, right, there's my target. So that red flag down there is our target, okay? There's a bunker in the way, there's a ditch long left, I've got the ball above my feet. Okay, how can I make my next shot easier? And that is really what we're trying to do in golf. Wherever you are now, what can we do to make this shot manageable and result in an easier next shot? So if we're in that position, okay, right, so let's sort of go sort of short left to green, because it takes the bunker out of play. We're not going in the ditch there, so we know it's going to go a bit left, so okay, we'll aim a little bit right. And I say a little bit, we're talking a few yards, not sort of 30 yards right to try and hoik it behind you, okay? Establish the differences on these different shots when you're there. Think, okay, right, aim there. Do all your thinking behind the ball, maybe a couple of practice swings on the same slope, so you kind of find the ground, okay? If the ball's nearer you, you may need to go down the grip a bit if you want to, okay? And then do your practice swings. The second you cross that red line, just pull the trigger. Exactly. Don't over here now. Once you've got yourself set up, I know we can't sort of see your pre-shot routine, but you sort of hit the ball there and go. There's no thought in that swing there. Okay, just swinging back and through, hitting. Okay, don't overthink work the golf ball. If you're stood there going, if you can almost hear yourself thinking, step away. Just step away from the goal. Okay, right. Think back here. What was I thinking of? Was it, what's the tea tonight? Have I done the wash? And that can sometimes be things that happen. What did I say? Did I make that phone call? Oh, hang on. And you're over. I actually had people. If I could see people's thoughts, they'd be there going, hang on. Oh, I forgot to text that person. And you're doing it, and your brain just wanders. So if you can't switch off, you can't not think. So if we can do the thinking behind the ball, where we analyse and evaluate the whole shot, then when you step across that line, okay, right, all you're thinking about here now maybe could be a trigger line, or just tempo or rhythm or whatever it may be. In the case before, being a bit nearer to the goal ball was like a thought, a setup. In this case, ball position back a little bit, just a little sort of trigger to keep it specific but not over analytical of everything, because as Peter said, we stand over a ball and we think so much. And your brain just you can't function. And the thing is, a really interesting video I watched, it's actually quite a funny one, where a guy said, if you overthink, overcomplicate anything, it makes the task seem impossible. And the task, this guy was a biomechanic, so he specialises in body movement. And he had 200 pros in an auditorium doing a speech. And he said, right, I'm going to explain a movement, and by show of hands, you're going to say whether you can do it or not. He said, okay, right, so your hip flex are going to pronate down with the weight shift onto the toe and the knees and the flex and all this thing. And everyone sat there going like, what the heck? He said, right, okay, so there you go, guys, went on for about 3 or 4 minutes. Who can do that? 6 hands went up. That's interesting. Just describe walking.
Oh gosh, yeah, okay.
But because it sounded complicated and it was over analytical, people were like, oh, I can't do that, surely. This is why we've got to try and make the game simpler, okay? Understand concepts of why the ball might go left or right, why you might do certain things. But the second you actually get to hit it with the golf ball, it's just the swing of the golf club. Don't overthink, try and complicate things, because it just sounds too difficult. If we can simplify the movement, give yourself one trigger, whether it's ball position, club face, swinging the club, whatever it may be, around to the left, minimise thought. Overthinking is one of the biggest killers in golf, and it causes more bad shots, which unfortunately causes more thinking. And the worse your shots get, the more you think, isn't it? Because it's the vicious circle. You go, what did I do wrong there? Why did I go over there? And you try something. The next one's bad shot. I didn't work. Try something else. I didn't work. Try something. We just keep trying to clutch at straws, trying to hope. Well, I saw someone last week. She said, do this. I'll try that. I didn't work. And then we're lost, aren't we? You're on a golf course now, thinking like, where's this ball going to go?
Yeah, you're
rather than
every shot.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, you do. And I get, we've all been there. I mean, even the professionals get this mental turmoil, shall we say? So, does that make it simpler? Hopefully.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff.